life you love with your family with health and life insurance from Sagicor Life. The time by Sagicor Life is 6:15.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bone combo for just $640. KFC.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Hey, come on now. Rise and shine, Sunrise.
Morning.
What he said.
Woo.
Welcome to the week of love. We're still in reggae month also. So, you know, it's all about reggae and romance.
That's
all
right.
through the studio this morning. I don't know if you can feel it, but I feel it. Do you feel the love?
I feel it. You know, I went for this morning. I said, Chris, I need something. I'm gonna start off the. You know, I used to bun out wearing red and white. I still bun out wearing red and white on Valentine's Day.
Does it feel too cliche?
Yeah, you know, from high school, me always used to say, oh my God. Oh my God, this is so corny. But, you know, as you get older, it's okay.
Corn me up. Give me the red turtleneck.
I'm like, all right.
DJ, are you feeling the love? In some ways.
Patrick.
Oh, well, all right. We're going to fix that. We're going to fix that so by Valentine's, we're going to feel love out.
Yeah. Caught up like the rapture.
Oh, my God. Oh, Anita. Let me find out. Do you know that's actually one of my favorite albums?
Yeah.
Of all time.
Of all time?
Oh, I love me some Anita Baker. But I'm that person. I love that whole era was my era.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because I wasn't there.
I was about to say.
I wasn't there. But I think I grew up hearing so much of it in my home because of my parents.
Yeah.
That there's a certain nostalgia that comes with it that almost feels as though I was there. But
that's me, and like I do. Like I love the 60s and 70s.
Big
like that
time.
period.
Oh.
I love it.
Trust me.
I mean, I guess maybe it was like influenced by the movies and the TV shows. Like for instance, even now, like I have an emotional connection to like I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh,
and
look at you.
you know?
That's because of your days in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love like them kind of music there and
Yeah,
them
man.
something there.
With all
That's one of my favorite
heart,
songs.
I love you, baby. Stay with me. Oh, come on now.
That's one of my favorite songs.
That's actually, was I on key a while ago?
You were. And I was trying to get on key and I couldn't get because my voice is not fully back. So
I would blame that too.
No, and I'm trying to get there. No, you never heard the screech a while ago, so we just stop. Oh Lord!
By the way, if you guys are just wondering why it would even matter to me, because I'm typically not one who is on key. My ears do a really good job of knowing if someone else is on or off. I have good musical ears, but the vocal didn't really.
It never finished.
But you know, you can't have everything. I often say, if I was actually able to sing, then Beyonce wouldn't have a career.
It's
so,
like
you know,
me and abs. It's like me and abs. Like, could you manage me with chiseled abs?
Can you imagine? Hello, ego. Hello.
The Lord. I mean,
so we have to humble them in some way.
So like every time like my abs look really good, it not last long. It lasts long.
Brain,
like,
brawn, butt flaps. No abs.
It's like the Lord said, enough of you.
Switch this off. He's not yet humbled himself.
And the thing is, I guess I do it to myself that anytime like the gym I go on and the abs come, yeah man, that different me come out and ruin it. And it's just so.
But how many tests do you need? What's wrong with you? How many chances is God gonna give you before you realize?
And that's the thing. I know, like, and everything make for it. Like you're not supposed to have everything, because if you had everything, you would destroy it.
I know it's true. You really one human can't have everything.
No.
Unless
and the ones who seem to have everything, if you really meet them, you realize them longing for something.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Or the ones who have everything on paper or on the surface have issues that they navigate with emotions and mental and feeling.
Yeah, and you wonder, she did I got through that?
Yeah.
Him did I got through? I can't. Because everybody at any given time is going through something that you have no idea about.
Very true.
Everybody.
Very true.
So it's be kinder to the people who you pass, because everybody is going through something. You know, there are some of the most beautiful people are going through body acceptance issues, and you know
body
they don't.
Dysmorphia and but even what is so ironic as well is you will be surprised to know how even people who are public speakers, the people who are supposed to be motivational speakers, might actually be and often are quite self-deprecating. So it's such they're in every...
Yeah, comedians, it's a lot of them, their comedy is born out of a dark place.
Correct. We see it time and time again. Case in point.
Who
was Mrs. Doubtfire?
Oh, yes.
I think
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He blows my mind all the time.
Tiffany Haddish talks about, her comedy comes from growing up in foster care, So
she does comedy? Sorry, just kidding. Want to shout out our decor. Of course, you know that everything that you're seeing in here is courtesy of the design diva, Karen Diva Booker, and the team at Dunn's. So they're responsible for our studio decor and everything that you need to spruce up your space. Right. All you need to do is just reach out to her at Karen Design with a D, Diva Booker.
Design with
give her, what's I said?
With a D.
Just kidding. Making sure you're listening. Give her a call at 876-421-6298. Typically, I think what equates a comedian is the ability to make people laugh, right?
Yeah. Okay. But there are people who go to her shows. There are people who enjoy her movies.
There are.
Not everybody makes everybody laugh.
True.
There are people who don't find Steve Harvey funny.
True.
What?
By the way, the best of Steve Harvey is 100% Family Feud.
Yes.
That thing makes
now look
me...
at here.
That man literally cracks me up.
You see?
Speaking of people on TV and things that make you feel a certain feeling, did you guys watch the Super Bowl last night?
I did not.
Or I should say, did you watch Bad Bunny's performance that they played football before and after?
Yesterday afternoon, close to evening, when it wasn't quite evening, I was Googling who is Bad Bunny.
A lot of people,
what is
actually.
Bad Bunny known for?
A lot of
and
people.
like I didn't even realize that there was a whole conversation about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know that there's a whole racial politics and there's a socio-religious conversation taking place in America. I have time and patience for both sides of the discussion because I feel like mainstream media and the powers that be who plan these things, there is a clear agenda, right? And maybe it's an agenda to be more representative or whatever. But like, you couldn't do that if it was like the NBA finals. Like if there was a halftime show at the NBA finals, quote unquote, if it was structured that way, because most of the people at the NBA who play in the NBA finals are black, you know? And the audience is mixed, but I mean, there's a lot of black people watch basketball.
I think the thing to note is the broader picture, though.
Yeah,
so the broader picture is Rock Nation was brought in to oversee the halftime shows for the Super Bowl.
Right.
And since they have come in, the aim has been to make the shows be a little bit more representative. Because let's say, I'm just pulling a number here.
Right.
Let's say if they had 20 shows prior, of those 20, only 5 were acts of color. All like, the vast majority.
Mix them now.
Well,
it's like for me, and this is within a broader context that I have been having within myself and within a few friends of mine. I've been referring to this concept that I call the divided states of America. And I think that America is becoming increasingly ungovernable because it's moving this way. So the right is pulling further to the right, and the left is pulling further to the left ideologically, if you understand the concept of left and right.
Well, what I found very interesting
I find that just
was
the show year after year after year is just becoming more polarizing.
Well, Bad Bunny did something in the performance that I actually thought was superb.
The Latin
I
American,
don't know anything that he was saying.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue. What I do know is that it proves that music is beyond just being able to understand words.
True.
Because I've actually found myself smiling the entire performance.
Really?
Because I actually thought it was an excellent performance. And he did something which he said, shout out to America. And in saying shout out to America, he listed every single nation from the tip of South America, starting with Chile, all the way up South America, all up Central America, coming through the Caribbean, including Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti. He listed all of us and went up to United States and Canada. Because the truth is, this is the Americas. We are in the Americas.
Yes.
And I thought it was a beautiful acknowledgement. I thought all the flags of all the nations of the Americas were represented. You know, the idea that in the show there was one particular segment where him climb up the light post, and some people who are living in the United States will have no idea why I'm climbing up a light post. But the truth is, majority of the countries that he listed out have electricity above ground. And what did that mean for Puerto Rico when they lost electricity in the hurricane, and were they tended to in the hurricane? What was their response in the hurricane? And I think it's important that art speaks. Art should be allowed to speak volumes, because let's not forget that Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States of America. It's the 51st state. So I see what you are saying in that you're saying that you feel like all the performances have gone in one direction. But the truth is, I think the aim is to realize that this thing cannot just be run by one set of people. And so you've had Jennifer Lopez, you've had Shakira, you've had Usher, you've had Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. You've had quite a wide variety as compared to what you'd have previously had.
Right.
But now it feels like it's all in one direction.
And what I'm saying is, you invariably are going to have a pullback in the other direction. It's just like, I feel like and I loved President Obama, but I feel in the Obama years, there was a heavy swing to the left ideologically in terms of laws and policies and whatever.
A massive swing. That's where the swing came.
And the truth is that what we are seeing now, and the appetite for Trumpian politics and MAGA politics stems from people trying to pull back and the
pendulum wants to be pulled in the opposite direction.
And even sometimes when you watch like nighttime TV, it's all left-leaning, and I'm saying, little balance, try now.
A balance is important.
Yeah,
because
be
also
honest with your biases. Well, that comes from my media training and how I view media. Like, everybody's biased. So put your biases on the table and let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to the Seahawks. They won.
Exactly, see? And the conversation becomes about the halftime show and not about the game.
All right, we're going to have a lot more conversation after the break, Sunrisers. We are going to get your Monday morning going with a pocket of Sunrise, courtesy of the godfather of Lovers Rock, Sir Beres Hammond.
I feel good.
No one ever will understand it. Way the system plan. There is no hope, no chance, no loophole, no escape for a sufferer man. Cause every time I lift my head above water, I try to save myself from drown. There is an overnight scheme all worked out.
Living the life you love with your family with health and life insurance from Sagicor Life. The time by Sagicor Life is 6:15.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bowl combo for just $640. KFC.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
On your mark, get set. Go for the winnings, BK, 5K and relay day. Burger King 5K and relay is back Sunday, March 8, 2026, Emancipation Park at 6:30 a.m. Over $2 million in cash and prizes. Go to www.runningeventsja.com to register by March 4, 2026.
Tune in to Lead Story. Weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to What a Guan. Now, What a Guan is CVM TV's new Vox Pop program, Vibes Yes Vox Pop program. Hey Jamaica, you're watching What a Guan. What a Guan.
Coming to you from Montego Bay. Hello, my people.
What a Guan is back. The People's Program is back in full force on CVM TV.
What a Guan! What a Guan! Boss!
19 minutes after 6, 18 degrees Celsius. It's warming up, can you imagine? imagine us saying that.
Right?
Welcome back. Good morning to you if you're just joining. Thanks for coming along for the ride. You're just in time for the morning headlines with your news fairy, Tinkerbell. Good morning. How are ya?
News
fairy. You know what I need? You know something?
Me notice I have a new boot here wear. What keep? For
Christmas, my fiance got me some shoes. So let me tell you, I have a knee injury, right? And I'm not supposed to wear heels at all. And I've been wearing heels for the show because, you know, for you
Yeah,
guys, right?
but in your defense, you wear them when
as soon as, but it's for a reason, medical reason. I'm really and truly not supposed to, for right now.
Right.
And so my fiance said, yo, I found some shoes. I think they'll be better for you. They were. So he got me a couple. Because he's a great guy. Good morning.
As you see when you have a good, paying attention, nice, kind, considerate gentleman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that. Come
But I
through
noticed.
Pearl.
Right?
I noticed. Good. My good selection. Good selection.
Yeah, man, a style guru, that man.
Yeah.
So good morning to all the fantastic gentlemen out there taking care of your ladies.
Yeah.
And to the single ladies, he's coming. Wait for him. He's coming.
Do you have some news for us?
I do. Are you ready for it?
Let's have
Is it good news?
You know.
It's newsy.
You know, a little of this, a little of that.
All right.
You know what I mean?
All right.
You know, little touch of this, little touch of that. Let's go. First up, 4 banks hit by $352 million mortgage fraud. So 4 financial institutions were allegedly defrauded of $352 million after a man believed to have used a fictitious identity secured multiple mortgage loans using stolen land titles, and this according to a lawsuit filed in the Supreme Court. The claim, brought by Steadridge Farms Trade Limited, alleges that between January and February of 2024, properties in upscale St. Andrew communities were fraudulently transferred to a buyer identified as O'Dane Anthony Laws and immediately mortgaged to several banks. The suit claims the transactions were facilitated using forged documents, including falsified surrender of titles that were still legally held by the company's attorney. Investigations reportedly uncovered 3 additional properties mortgaged to other financial institutions, bringing that total exposure to $352 million. Now, the National Land Agency has since lodged caveats on the affected titles, while MOCA continues a wider criminal probe into what authorities describe as one of the most elaborate land fraud schemes in recent years.
And one man do it without help? One man? I mean... I myself and a colleague of mine, we did some research into white-collar crime and its prevalence a few years ago, maybe like 2 years ago, was it? And one of the major findings that we found was that white-collar crime is becoming an increasingly youthful crime and an increasingly feminine crime.
Really?
Yeah, so the truth is that younger people have gravitated in this direction of fraud and all kinds of larceny as a servant, all kinds of these things. And the truth is that, I mean, this is a big one.
This is massive.
This is massive.
I'm not sure I can recall of any matter with that magnitude of financing and in that short span of time, because it's only a 1 month period. That's a big one.
Like he went hard. He decides, look here, I'm gonna do this fraud thing. I'm gonna do it for another 10 million. 352
is a lot of money.
A lot of money.
What it reveals, and I hope that the financial sector is studying this, it reveals the cracks, the gaps that exist, and the holes that need to be plugged.
But what's so interesting about you mentioning that is those of us who have already had to process a mortgage already feel like how many more steps,
how many more steps do we have to take?
Do you need me to bend and cough? Like, what more do you require? So what is wild is it is already such a difficult process that literally it feels as though they go through your life with a fine-tooth comb. How is it that this has been such a massive loophole?
And the result is that it's going to make it more difficult. Like,
correct.
When people say to me, this is so stupid because you have to go through this process and you have to go through that process here in Jamaica. And I say, look here, what in public sector, public management, public administration, you learn one man's red tape is another man's guardrail. And so the reason why we can't have nice things, because we're too thief. You know? No, I'm saying societally we have to own it. The reason why societally we can't have processes that are easier, because Jamaicans will see a loophole and find it. And so now you have to now plug that loophole with another process, with another step that makes the process toward
What's interesting though is globally we have the process is complicated, but it has allowed us to hold a very firm position in terms of our property and property value, because globally we are one of those countries that have not had a major crisis and a crash in relation to the housing market. And so when people are saying, oh, this is so difficult, I am one of the people who say, you know what, I don't mind it being as difficult as it is because it has allowed us to have a stable housing market in terms of we have never had the massive crash that other societies have experienced because of a lack of due process and people are awarded mortgages that they can't actually carry. But this is quite something because I don't know how much more complicated the process can get.
Man, well, look out for it. The added processes may be coming, right?
All right.
All right, so next up, police warn against buying beef after chemically treated cattle stolen in St. Mary. So the Jamaica Constabulary Force Agriculture Protection Branch are warning residents, particularly in Rose End, St. Mary and surrounding communities, to be vigilant and to avoid buying beef or cattle being sold at unusually low prices following the theft of cattle that were recently treated with chemicals. The warning comes after a farmer reported that 11 cows, which had been tied on farmland overnight, were stolen sometime before 6 a.m. on Friday, February 6. 2 of the missing cows were later found slaughtered on the property, including one that was carrying a fully developed calf. A veterinarian who examined the scene reportedly confirmed that the animals had recently been injected with chemicals rendering the meat unfit for human consumption and could lead to serious health complications or even death.
You know, it's whether it's white collar or whether it's simple, thief is thief is thief is thief.
Radio larceny in this
it
instance,
is it bothers me so much. I harp on it. I don't understand why someone will wake up and think that they have a right to someone else's things, including their animals. And let's be very clear.
And with let me just say, with predial larceny, it is so more egregious.
It is.
Because unlike other forms of work, where we come today and we see the product of our work, it's on the screen right there, we see the product of our work manifestly. There are some people who get paid fortnightly. There are people who get paid monthly. And you see the fruits of your labor. With farming, you have to invest. And months go by.
Sometimes
and you're not
years.
You don't see nothing. You have to plant that tree there, sit down and wait on it. You're in this season, this crop, you till the soil, you feed that cow there, you grow it, you spend money, you borrow, and you put into that animal and you with a hope that it's coming, to stay the course, and then somebody can slaughter your animal.
And the animal who is with calf. You know what that means
the
then for your
that
next...
you were having when
on.
you say, yes, man, she's with calf. So so my investment now is turning over. We can pay back the bank and so forth. And then you see it slaughtered.
It's so wrong.
No, man, there's a special place in Hades for those people.
No,
it's
it's
disgusting,
really wrong.
man.
It's really wrong. But obviously
and then now people are going and consuming the food. Sorry. Sorry.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
The passion is there. The passion is there.
Sorry.
You were saying?
No, people now go and they purchase because times are hard and whatever, and them go purchase. We get a cheap
affordable.
beef. We get some cheap beef.
And this is where
cheap cow and soup.
Yeah.
You know, and then now you're affected. Oh, enough to stop it, and that's why the full force of the law needs to be brought against these persons. And guess what? The full force of the law will be brought against you because the Agricultural Protection Branch is doing some very good work. So if you see something, say something.
Teeks, thank you so much. Appreciate you, girl. We're going to see you again at 7 a.m. for morning news. That's it for the headlines at the moment. But we do have lots more Sunrise on the flip side. Money Masterclass, brought to you by Guardian Life, is up next. Please stay with us here on Sunrise.
internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
We are proud to supply all of Jamaica with the highest standard of gas products to keep you safe and well taken care of. Choose well. Choose IGL.
The time by IGL is
6:30.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome to What a Guan. Now, What a Guan is CVM TV's new Vox Pop program, Vibes Yes Vox Pop program. Hey Jamaica, you're watching What a Guan.
What a Guan. Coming to you from Montego Bay. Hello, my people.
What a Guan is back. The People's Program is back in full force on CVM TV.
What a Guan. What a Guan. Cross.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome to What a Guan. Now, What a Guan is CVM TV's new Vox Pop program, Vibes Yes Vox Pop program. Hey Jamaica, you're watching What a Guan.
What a Guan. Coming to you from Montego Bay. Hello, my people.
What a Guan is back. The People's Program is back in full force on CVM TV.
What a Guan. What a Guan. Cross.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Should critical illness strike, don't let worry fill your head.
Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
I love that sort of a thing, you know.
Is it? Are you into that?
I'm into that kind of
really?
a thing. Yeah.
You know what else I'm into?
What's that?
But actually, let me ask you, how do you feel about sharing your finances?
My finances?
Yeah.
I mean, sharing them? I mean, of course, like what, get woman money? Or
No, you're so, what's wrong with you? I mean, like being open about finances, like how much you earn.
Is that first date conversation though?
Well, I don't know. It might determine if we have a second date.
Okay, I mean, there's open, but there's different degrees of open. I mean, like wide open, or like a jar.
I'll ask you straight up. What's in your savings account? What's the number in your savings account?
Awkward.
Is it though?
We sip this wine. Wow.
Is it awkward?
Very awkward.
Why does that make you uncomfortable?
I mean, because, we're not there yet.
Well, we're here. Thanks so much for staying with us here on Sunrise. So it's time for another Money Masterclass brought to you by Guardian Life. Now listen, Valentine's season is full of sweet texts and little vibes, but one conversation can turn the romance awkward real quick, and that conversation is money. Well, this morning we're proving that talking finances doesn't have to kill the mood. In fact, it might just save the relationship. Financial educator Carlton G. Stew on all platforms is back in studio to break down how couples can have pressure-free money dates. No pressure, actually. I thought too much for the first date. She's a little too extra for me. But Carlton, let's get into it.
Waiter, check please.
There are degrees of openness. That one killed me.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. There are degrees of openness when it comes to relationship and money. But money dating is something that we can possibly consider because that allows us to be less stressed about the area. But let's jump into some facts this morning. By the way, it's Valentine's week. Happy Valentine's, everybody. You know,
everybody love out, you know.
Yeah, man, we love out. But some money facts this morning. 34% of couples say that money is a major area of conflict in a relationship. Just the idea of money and talking about it. 40% of millennials argue about money in a relationship. So this generation that we're a part of, we're a little touchy-feely about money, and it has so much to do with maybe how our parents dealt with money and maybe our thought of rebelling, because I'm not going to be a stay-at-home wife, or I want to make my own money, that kind of thing. Sort of confusion and arguments come up between that. 44% of persons say it's their biggest stress in a relationship, money. And it's the number one topic of fights in most relationships. Money, earning, house, putting the bills, etc., etc. Hence the term money dating. It is really an intentional meeting of the partners where there's no pressure, there's no stress. Everybody knows that we're coming to discuss financing, plans. So when we come on the date, eat our dinner, sip a little wine, this is the area that we're going to be discussing. And you may ask, well, why do we need to do that? For obvious reasons just now. Yendi and Dennis showed you a perfect example on a first date. And Yendi being the forthright woman she is. How much do you earn, Dennis? Yes, she just start out. What's in your bank account? And poor Dennis a while ago just freeze. Because you're not sure how to bring in this into the conversation. But, question, when is the perfect time to discuss money in a relationship? Let me ask you both. When's the perfect time?
I definitely think that you have to determine that there is going to be something there.
Yeah.
Like we're doing this for real. We're not just being frivolous. And I think there has to be a level of comfort. So I would say once you realize that there could be a potential future, the conversation has to come up.
I think as your lives begin to fuse together, and worse if you are deliberately fusing your lives together because the two shall become one. I think that you are, because when you marry somebody, you're not just marrying them, you're marrying their habits, you're marrying their financial, you're marrying their relationship with money.
Correct.
So if them always a borrow, you're marrying that. You know, if them gamble, you're marrying that. You know, and so if them miserly, they're marrying that too.
Yes, correct.
So I think when you know, and when you're beginning to know partner, you're gonna have to start talking money, and it will the conversations will gradually increase depending on the stage where you're at.
I am in partial agreement with what you're both saying. There are degrees of what you're going to be talking about. So I don't agree with Yende just now. On the first date, how much money do you need?
No.
I didn't agree with that. By the way, that was not Yende on the date. It's called role play, but I agree with Arnita. Out of order.
The earliest possible. So the conversation does not have to start with how much do you earn, but in your regular conversation, see how it is that they have goals. Because your first date conversations can surround your life goals. How it is that you were grown up. How it is that you can start pick things from how somebody was grown up, and how it is that they handle their finances without asking directly how it is that you handle your finances. When you ask about school, how are you financing school, for example? How did you finance your first degree? Those are things that you can come up, you know, did you work and go to school?
Or you just randomly bring up, oh God, I'm so glad. I was so happy today when I finished pay off my student loan.
And gauge it.
And the person now sent up more student loan.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
Or discuss your relationship with their credit card. Me pay my credit card every month.
Talk to me. See how that comes up. Exactly.
You know what Yendi would do? Yendi gonna say, yo, did you hear about the new IPO? It's just like, that's how I was when Trans Jamaica came out, you know?
Exactly.
And he just said, I said,
what you talk about? Exactly. So you will know.
You're thinking about doing this investment.
Yeah. What do you think about
it? Yeah. So you can
I don't really think about them thing there.
I'm sorry.
I don't think about them thing there.
I'm not money for that right now.
You just say,
So you asked about the investment just now, but then you ask about a trip, or you ask about new shoes or new clothes, and then you gauge what's the reaction about investing and saving as about spending on. Then you can start gauging what am I getting into. But you should be early on with it and very openly about things of investment and saving, because if it's important to you, you want to bring it up in the relationship very early. But before then, he said something as well. Before any major milestones, before you say I love you, it needs to be coming up. Because you don't want, a lot of time, your feelings fall before the actual realities hit. And then when you hear about the bad debt, you say, but I love her. But I love him. All right, make a try to change him. And the harsh reality is you possibly may not be able to change somebody's idea and relationship with money if they are not willing to do that. No amount of love that you have for the person can do that. So it is so important that before any major milestone, before you engage, before you buy any assets together, before it is that your joint accounts together, you want to have this conversation. Any major milestone that you're going to be having in this relationship, before your first trip together, you don't want to be going overseas together and she has sat on the card and you over here start trying to really know any major thing together, discuss money.
Because it works both ways. And I have virgins who are very shrewd with money and their wives are not. I know many women who are very good with money
and the men are not.
I mean,
that's my dynamic. I am the one who is frugal. My husband is the one who is like, all right. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
So it actually annoys my husband if I take up a can or something and put it down because I see the can right beside it just for a little less. He's just like, oh my God. And I'm like, you're going to appreciate it, because what you realize is I treat with his even more diligently than I treat mine.
Which is good. Which is good. So that's important.
What about like, because this is like in the initial phases, but what about how we treat it like when you're done married already? Like, how do you build the money conversation?
Which is so good. So let's look at some green flags then about how it is that you can comfortably, and you should be doing this in your marriage, good relationship, etc. Number one, regular open conversations.
Yeah.
So intentionally bring it up. So as a married couple, as somebody who's dating, it is so important that you establish this. Let's discuss. Let us meet to talk about our plans for this year, for this quarter. What do we want to achieve as a couple? And you drill that in. You don't want to take an approach where you're going to be high and mighty or else it's not got that kind of thing. But you want to have a conversation where both has a say at the table.
Yes.
You bring up the conversation.
I found works?
Tell me.
An AGM.
A meeting.
Like, hold on, like early in the year, one weekend, I'd say we're going to have a retreat. And we have an agenda and we discuss our plans. And I think our most successful years have begun with
planning.
An AGM.
I agree 100%. 100%. And especially if you're taking on big changes and expenses within the marriage. So
the
purchase of a home, changing of the vehicle. What does this mean? Even the changing of school for the children.
Or if you want to start school, what's cool because this will impact. So you want to have those discussions nice at the AGM, you know, annual marriage or AMM, so annual marriage meeting, something.
100%.
Yeah,
and even the conversation where you're at dinner, the kids are at bed, you finish eating, you sit down together and you say, you know, one of our children really is into this particular thing. How can we add this into our schedule to make sure that this child gets to live out this experience? This is what this is going to cost. These conversations should be comfortable. They don't need to be uncomfortable.
Should be comfortable. But another green flag is you are setting goals together. So if you find that you and your partner can sit and say, babe, what do we want to achieve this year? What do we, not the pronoun, not the what I, whatever, what do we want to achieve? That's important. You want to look at the transparency in finances. So you must know what's happening with the savings, vice versa. You alone can't know how much money is in the savings account and you don't know. Or you are taking money from the account and Dennis doesn't know, vice versa. Transparency and openness. And lastly, you want to be respectful in the conversation that you're having. So even if your partner may mess up financially, respect should still be there in the conversation. You cannot own it. But what kind of thing that I gotta do? What kind of thing that I gotta do? I want to you.
No. If any ever come out of my husband's mouth, me God. Who are you talking to like that?
Let's have a conversation, babe. All right, that purchase wasn't the best one right now. Let's try to build back from this, blah, blah, blah. Or someday if you don't have to go, just be silent until they can calm down. Then you have a nice, respectful conversation.
100%.
Yeah? And some red flags you want to avoid, persons who avoid the money conversation. You bring up the conversation, later with that, babe. I'm tired right now, babe. I want to you. You avoid the conversation, that's a red flag. You want to look at also where it is that you want to take financial control over every single thing. The man does never say because you are better with the money or vice versa. They don't have a say. There are some red flags that you want to commonly avoid in a relationship when it comes to money, guys. So as we're going into Valentine's week this week and we are in love, I want to become in love with the money in the relationship as well. Talk about it. Be open about it. And let's further this conversation so nobody is not left on divorce because of the money.
And it don't have to be awkward. We have to be mindful about how we carry our own childhood traumas into a dynamic and get uncomfortable around certain conversations that should actually just be normal conversations.
And remember, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Yeah, man. Rivers and lakes to the thing.
All right. That's all the time we have for Money Masterclass. It was brought to you by Guardian Life. Many thanks to Carlton G. Stew on all platforms for the lesson. After the break, breakfast is served and it's all about heart health.
Oh, yeah.
With Fosca Oats.
You know I'm loving that. Come on now.
What look at you on Fosca Oats box?
Doesn't he look like his name should be Oliver? Right?
Should critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure. Live easy.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bone combo for just $640. KFC.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to What a Guan. Now, What a Guan is CVM TV's new Vox Pop program, Vibes Yes Vox Pop program. Hey Jamaica, you're watching What a Guan.
What a Guan. Coming to you from Montego Bay. Hello, my people.
What a Guan is back. The People's Program is back in full force on CVM TV.
What a Guan. That a Guan. Cross.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orvin Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
All right, Sunrisers, welcome back to the show. Did you know that February not only is the month of love, but it's a month of the heart? Heart month, yeah? There you go. It matches, yeah? While romance is in the air, it's also the perfect time to focus on heart health. That means checking in on our eating habits and managing stress and making smarter everyday choices that support long-term wellness. And joining us in the kitchen this morning, we have Fosca Oats Senior Brand Manager Javin Williams and Chef Samantha George. You know her. She's all over social media. To show how simple foods like oats can help support healthy cholesterol levels and overall heart health without sacrificing flavor or affordability. And also, you're talking to a room full of oats people. We love oats.
Good morning to you both.
How are you doing, Javin?
Great having
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Javin, I'm going to jump straight to you because as I said before, and I will say any chance I get, oats, Fosca Oats in particular, is triple platinum in my house. Let us talk about why it is such a great go-to and why we should be incorporating Fosca Oats in our meals.
Yeah, so Fosca Oats is like a power pack grain. So all of those nutrients, protein, vitamins, minerals, Fosca has that. And it's very filling. So it's a meal you can have in the morning and it keeps you right throughout the day. And it's very low on the glycemic index, so it releases energy slowly. So we're saying for Heart Month, we want more persons to be eating oats to protect their heart. It also helps to lower the bad cholesterol in your body.
One of the things I love about oats is that it is super flexible. You can take oats and do so many things. I mean, growing up for me, it was all about oats porridge. I mean, I used to have oats porridge a few times a week. Oats porridge is a must, and for me there was only Fosca oats.
Awesome.
I was joking before the break about this guy. Like, we all grew up with him.
Yep,
you know,
Fosca.
But I mean, what is it, Samantha, about Fosca oats, or that is so flexible, the dexterity of it?
Well, I mean, it's really a blank canvas. It's a grain that when you taste it by itself, it don't really have a strong taste. And it's a complex, soluble fiber. So I think that's why it makes it flexible. Kind of like tofu. So you can put anything on it.
And it takes the flavor.
Oh, yeah. And it soothes the stomach, too. This is my go-to when I'm overindulgent in my chefings. And I'm just like, let me just pull for the oats and be a good girl and take care of my stomach. So that's why I love it. And Fosca is instant, so it's really great for the really busy families.
Yes, that's true.
You see, I love that Dennis mentioned that because obviously we know porridge as porridge is porridge is porridge. And then I was actually sharing with Dennis as well that I make oats pancakes as well. I make banana oatmeal pancakes. But you have something here that I've I've not tried, but no, I'm absolutely curious. What are these balls here that you have made, Chef?
Those are energy balls or energy bites. It's kind of like a quick, instant granola. You can literally put anything in your pantry that you love in there. Raisins, cranberries, coconut flakes, chocolate. This has cocoa nibs, cranberries, honey, and that's the binding agent as well. If you're looking to watch your sugar levels, you can use maple syrup. And it's super easy. You can throw anything in there and it's pop it in your mouth, and then this is the oatmeal.
I kid you not, folks. This took no time.
A minute.
This took no time for her to do, and it's ready.
Yes, and I did use the Fosca oats with the Fosca milk, which has a really malty flavor. So if you're into malt, it's really cool. But you can also just put a dash of heavy cream in there to up the fat content, because the fat with the fiber is good and the protein. So this is one of my favorite recipes, is the apple cinnamon oatmeal.
It smells amazing.
So this is just a little butter. You can use coconut oil with cinnamon and whatever sweetener you want. And then what I like to do is just add fresh fruits to up the antioxidant profile of the oatmeal and more protein. So I love peanut butter.
Oh,
for all those peanut butter
you're
lovers.
talking to me.
So you just put it in the microwave and melt it. This one is a little stubborn, but you just 3 minutes. Yeah, and then you put it on there. It's gonna be so good. The combination is good.
Javin, I know why she prepares it.
Sure.
Why?
Going on.
People might say, "Oh, Fosca Oats, you're just trying to milk this whole heart healthy thing." But no, you are, as a company, you really are committed to promote healthiness. In what ways is that partnership pushed by Fosca?
Yeah, so for this Heart Month, we have what we call Heart Healthy Fridays. So we'll be in stores on every Friday in Kingston. So last week we did General Foods. This weekend this Friday coming, we'll be doing Shoppers Fair, Duhaney Park. So what we're doing, we've partnered with the DAJ to provide nurses, to provide heart screening, free heart screening powered by Fosca. So when you come in store, you get your free heart screening and you also get your free Heart Healthy Fosca shake.
Nice.
I'm sorry.
Remind us
That's another way to use oats. What's in the shake? What's going on here? How do we do the shake?
So the shake is made from the oat milk and the oats along with other ingredients. What will encourage you to come on down to Shoppers Fair. So it's every Friday. So Shoppers Fair will be this weekend. So Friday, and then the following Friday will be at Brooklyn Supermarket, Clock Tower. And then we end it at Lasution Supermarket on the 27th.
But some people are going to say, yo, I can't afford it. There's something there too expensive. Fosca Oats, in terms of the price point, are you getting that? It is?
Yeah, Fosca Oats is very affordable and it's available island-wide. Most persons know Fosca Oats already. If you go in the store and they don't have it, call us and we'll get it to them.
All right. And the other things, I mean, you can, depending on your budget, find lots of things to go with it. Again, because it's versatile.
Use the fresh peanuts if you don't want to use the peanut butter.
Bless your heart. Chef, let me ask you, where can we access some recipes and different ways that we can repurpose our Fosca Oats and have it in new and fun ways?
Well, my main social media is Instagram, so I do a lot of work there. And I have a website, it's chefsamanthageorge.com.
As you say recipe, look where my eye went. Look at this.
The banana shake.
It's right there on the back of the box. You guys have been so kind to put a recipe for a banana oats smoothie right there. And there's,
So good.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You have been so kind. You actually just passed me a spoon. Is there something that I'm supposed to do with this spoon?
Yeah, so hold on.
Thought so.
Hold on. Let's get a shot. Let's get a shot. Look at this. Look at it. Isn't it a beaut? Come on, lad.
We're going in.
We're going in.
You going for the peanut butter side or the apple cinnamon side?
I'm going for the peanut butter side.
I'll go apple cinnamon. I love that you hum every time you're going to taste food. Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, for the win. Oh, wow.
It's a classic combo.
It is a great.
Apple cinnamon and peanut butter.
Oh, my goodness. Javin, you want to work for do? You want to work?
Sure.
Because Dennis and I are eating. You could go ahead. Say many thanks right there.
All right.
Many thanks.
Many thanks to our guest, Javin Williams.
Who is that, Javin?
Senior Brand Manager at Fosca Oats.
Yes.
And Chef Samantha George for serving up some heart-healthy bowls here in the Sunrise Kitchen.
Okay, 1 second. Chef, what's happening next?
TK is up after the break with your morning news.
Well, can get our work.
That's right. Can't get our work.
Well done.
Relay is back Sunday, March 8, 2026, Emancipation Park at 6:30 a.m. Register now at runningeventsja.com. The time by BK 5K Relay Day is
7 o'clock.
In need of a loan? AIM Financial is the place to go. We have loans from $20,000 to $3.3 million. Get a loan to pay school or college tuition, medical expenses, bills, fix up your house, buy furniture and appliances, repair or buy a car. And when you're done, take a vacation loan. AIM has a loan for any purpose. Call AIM today. You won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous pork combo for just $640. KFC.
Guess what me do? What you do? Me go check me prostate.
No, seriously?
Me nah do that. Remember say that pops drop out from, you know. Me have to take it serious. You can't just do the blood test, you know. But better safe than sorry. So me do the full package. Plus, the NHF card help pay for the PSA test. Biggs, you're 40, you know. The earlier, the better. Cause me know you still want fire upon all cylinder.
NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Welcome to What a Guan. Now, What a Guan is CVM TV's new Vox Pop program, Vibes Yes Vox Pop program. Hey Jamaica, you're watching What a Guan.
What a Guan. Coming to you from Montego Bay. Hello, my people.
What a Guan is back. The People's Program is back in full force on CVM TV.
What a Guan. What a Guan. Cross.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. In this update, the case of embattled former People's National Party Member of Parliament, Jolian Silvera, continues to command attention, with one forensic reconstruction expert explaining why the matter is not as clear-cut as many skeptics believe. From ballistics to impact, we take another look at the developments. Here's Nika Lewis with that report.
For some Jamaicans, it's already disappointing that the court accepted Jolian Silvera's guilty plea for manslaughter in the shooting death of his wife, Melissa. Others question whether the prosecution's case was strong enough. But forensic reconstruction expert since the 90s, Dr. Jason Mackay, says the case was not as clear-cut as some would like to believe.
You have to look at the evidence that would have been available for the prosecution. It's not cut and dry, black slam dunk type of evidence. No evidence that it relates to the actual shooting, and they're relying on, which is the ballistic match, is using matching a hammer-forged barrel to a ballistic projectile that was recovered from the victim's body. The hammer-forged barrel being the barrel that was Silvera's gun. The Glock pistols use a hammer-forged barrel, which many experts can't be matched.
He notes that this expert able to find a match was extreme work backed by support from the Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA. However,
generally speaking, a hammer-forged barrel is extremely difficult to match, and there are experts that you could bring who would argue against the match. Evidence isn't overwhelming, and because there is no evidence as it relates to the actual shooting, If the defense says provocation, then you have no way to refute it. You have to accept it. And once you're looking at going down the direction of manslaughter.
And while Dr. Mackay notes the unfortunate and deadly events that led to this spectacle, he's cautioning that Jamaicans be aware of how the law functions and why experts are able to make certain decisions.
A tool match is always subject to more scrutiny than a DNA match is, and it's a little bit more subjective. But when you're talking matching hammer-forged barrels, ballistic projectiles, there's a strong feeling in ballistic communities that it cannot be done.
The criminologist went on to explain that oftentimes what appears to be a strong case may not have been, but cautions the public in the same breath.
So you have to trust the person who the state has put their trust in. People know what they're doing. I think it's, I'm very grateful that he pled guilty and he admitted to what happened, so that the possibility of him being acquitted after such a crime doesn't exist anymore. Now you have to trust that the trial judge, what he does best, and works out a sentence that is in keeping with the crime.
Nika Lewis, CVM News.
The government says a $100 million partnership is underway to repair the Montpelier Main Road in St. James, which was damaged during Hurricane Melissa. Minister with responsibility for works, Robert Morgan, says the effort will ensure both the road is restored and water supply improvements reach over 10,000 residents in Montpelier, Anchovy, and surrounding areas.
The JCF has been carrying out pipeline works along the Montpelier Road, which is a very important project to bring water to Montpelier, Anchovy, and surrounding areas. Due to Melissa, there's been some damage to the road, separate and apart from the excavation that has been done. So it was very important for us to partner with JCF so that when they're doing repairs on their section where they would have excavated, that the entire road is repaired as much as possible. So as part of the process, we would have had to sign a memorandum of understanding between the National Works Agency and the Jamaica Social Investment Fund to the tune of about $100 million.
Thousands of Jamaicans remain displaced and without basic services months after hurricanes Melissa and Beryl. In Parliament, opposition spokesman on finance Ramon Small Ferguson raised concerns about amendments to the National Natural Disaster Fund, calling for stronger, more consistent government support.
Several months after the passage of Hurricane Melissa, the truth is that the reality that many Jamaicans are facing is in stark contrast to some of the pronouncements from the government and the congratulatory tone in relation to the pace and significance of the recovery. There are people who have no access to basic amenities, potable water, electricity, public services. Many Jamaicans, Mr. President, are speaking in their own words and saying that they have not yet felt the arm of recovery extended to them from the state in a meaningful way.
Over in sports now, Jamaica's under-17 Reggae Boys recorded their biggest win to date when they blanked Cayman Island 12-0 on Sunday and took a giant step toward qualifying for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar later this year. Led by 4 goals from Kelvin Brown, the Reggae Boys led 5-0 at halftime and then added another 7 goals to put them on the brink of qualification. Jamari Nolan and Teron Bembridge both scored a brace. The boys' next game is on Wednesday against Canada, and victory would secure their qualification to the Under-17 FIFA World Cup. We have some of the goals. Oh, we apologize. We'll bring some of those goals at another newscast. All right, so over to netball. Captain of the Sunshine Girls team, Shanice Beckford, believes the team has improved, but still has a lot of work to do if they intend to win the third and final test in Melbourne on Thursday morning.
Got captain of the Sunshine Girls, Shanice Beckford. Shanice, tough final quarter, but those second 2 were absolutely electric. What was going through your mind when you were out there on court?
Nothing really, just to try and meet our targets because we have set targets for the second game. So yeah, just getting the ball into CVM Garden and just taking a shot at goal.
We've made comment obviously about how many superstars that aren't taking part, but tell us who's impressed you, because we've seen a debutant tonight, plus we've seen others who are really stepping up and taking their role when they're getting the opportunity.
Yeah, for this game I would say Giselle Allison and CVM Garden and Roxana McLean, the young stars coming through. So yeah, I'm just happy that they are able to get the experience out against a phenomenal Diamond squad. But yeah, just working on our targets and definitely not meeting them, but definitely going back to the drawing board so we can come up back in Melbourne.
Yeah, that's right. One last game in Melbourne. What are you hoping to get from that game, considering it's probably the last time you're going to face the Diamonds with 4 com games?
Yeah, we're just keep building, meeting our targets, definitely lessen our turnovers, and yeah, just working together as a team.
Congratulations. Good luck for the next game.
Thank you.
CVM will again have live coverage of the third game on Thursday morning, starting at 3 a.m. and a rebroadcast at 8 p.m. on Thursday night. And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. Sunrise continues after this.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bowl combo for just $640. KFC.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bowl combo for just $640. KFC.
Everybody want to see a country right now.
One thing about Jamaica, we might have differences, but we know when something is good for all of us. And when we work together against crime and violence, we are stronger than ever. And that's how we know the Citizen Security Plan can work.
That one name CSP.
The Citizen Security Plan is an initiative of the Ministry of National Security in partnership with the European Union. It's an all-of-government effort to create safer streets and build stronger communities. Go to mns.gov.jm to learn how you can play your part.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bowl combo for just $640. KFC.
Everybody want to see a country right now.
One thing about Jamaica, we might have differences, but we know when something is good for all of us. And when we work together against crime and violence, we are stronger than ever. And that's how we know the Citizen Security Plan can work.
That one name CSP.
The Citizen Security Plan is an initiative of the Ministry of National Security in partnership with the European Union. It's an all-of-government effort to create safer streets and build stronger communities. Go to mns.gov.jm to learn how you can play your part.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to What a Guan. Now, What a Guan is CVM TV's new Vox Pop program, Vibes Yes Vox Pop program. Hey Jamaica, you're watching What a Guan.
What a Guan. Coming to you from Montego Bay. Hello, my people.
What a Guan is back. The People's Program is back in full force on CVM TV.
What a Guan! Cross.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
all the talk, girl, make them fret, cause you don't know you and your man now left. Yeah, how does it go? You are theme choice, theme first choice. Jump and broke out, cause you are the wife. And in another song, wife a wife, mate a mate. And the law is very specific.
It is.
Especially titles, paperwork, and rights matter most people realize. It matters more than many realize. And in this Law and Order, JA, just brought to you by the Ministry of National Security and Peace, we're going to be discussing just that.
Well, the question sent in reads, "Hi, my name is Shanice. I've been living with my partner for 9 years and we have 2 children together. We live in a house that's in his name only and I help with the bills, the kids and fixing up the place, but my name is nowhere on the title. People say I'm his common law wife, so I'm protected. If we break up or if anything happens to him, do I really have any legal rights to the house and other things that we have built together?" Partner at Duncox Attorneys at Law, Jonathan Morgan. He joins us to break down what the law actually says about relationships, property, children, and finances, especially when things don't go as planned. Jonathan, good morning.
Jonathan, how are you?
Good morning, quite well.
This question is particularly relevant in our society because we have many a common law dynamic. I would say it's quite prevalent here. Walk me through the question. What is the straight up answer to that?
Absolutely. So Shanice's situation creates an issue that is quite common, as you've indicated, in Jamaica. The issue surrounds the question as to whether common law spouses have the same type of protection as people who are legally married. Now, to delve into it, we have to understand that the law does treat them somewhat similarly. The law recognizes a common law union as being akin to a marriage for the purpose of property division. The challenge, however, does arise in the context of establishing that you are a common law spouse. And there is a very clear legal test that must be met to establish that threshold. So, yes, well, the legal test begins with identifying that you have cohabited with your partner for a minimum of 5 years in a single family home type setting. That cohabitation must be between a single man and a single woman.
That's interesting because that is quite specific. Single.
That's correct. It certainly recognizes that in many situations, you know, your partner was once married and separated from the person, hasn't heard from their significant other for many years, but they may not have gotten that legal divorce. And in those situations, you are not yet establishing that cohabitation as single man and single woman because one of the partners is still legally married. So in the context of someone who has obtained a legal divorce or someone who is widowed, they would meet the threshold of being a single partner, and therefore the cohabitation relationship would begin counting from the date of the divorce or the date of one partner becoming widowed.
That's why some man, as you reach 4.5 years, or end the relationship.
Straight out.
That's right. So that 5-year mark is the legislative minimum threshold.
Okay.
If you can establish that you both were single at the beginning of the relationship or have been single for a minimum of 5 years, cohabiting as man and wife, meaning you didn't share the house as roommates at one point, you weren't friends, you were engaging in the activities of a marital couple during that 5-year period, you then would obtain the title of common law spouse. And with that title, you gain the protections that are usually associated with legal marriage. So the real challenge here that Shanice will face, and that many people in Jamaica who are in this situation will face, is a burden of proof challenge, establishing that we were both single for the entire period of time, that we cohabited in a single family home for the full 5-year duration, meaning I wasn't put out for 6 months during a rough patch and there wasn't a separation gap inside there that caused the cohabitation to start again. All of these different
because I was going to ask, let's flip it and say, okay, you weren't roommates in the beginning, but suppose you, after 3 years, became effectively roommates and you were seeing other people and you were just sharing the space and because of the children and because you never have anywhere else to go. But because it does happen that some relationships you end up as housemates.
Yes.
Can that be injected as to break the cohabitation clause.
Absolutely. So the reality is that if you are legally married, you have a piece of paper that establishes your position. If you are a common law spouse, you have to establish it through proof.
Right.
And there could be intervening events like a separation in terms of the union, the relationship itself may have come to an end at a point, even though the cohabitation continued. And that would be an intervening event that interferes with the count.
There's a specific scenario that Shanice references in her question, and it speaks to the title of the house.
Yes.
His name is on the title, but they do live together in this home. She contributes to the home and the upkeep of the home, any changes to the home. What does the law say in protecting her? Were they to go to go their separate ways?
So if we can begin by presuming that she establishes all of the ingredients of being a common law spouse for the 9-year window. So that means in law, she is given a presumption of an equal share to the family home. So the next burden of proof will be on her to establish that this property was their family home. It amounted to the property that they both occupied as their only source of residence. That is the criteria for it being the family home. And then the presumption arises. The particular nuances in her question connect directly to something under Section 7 of the Property Rights of Spouses Act. Now, this act, familiarly called PROSA, has a section in it that allows either party to apply to the court to dispel the 50% presumption.
Yes.
So it means the husband can apply to the court to indicate there is reason here for her not to receive 50% share. And some of the criteria that the act recognizes is if the property was inherited by him alone, if he was the sole owner of the property before the marriage began, or if there were other intervening events, like the union was particularly short. I wouldn't say 9 years qualifies as short in this case. It sure does not,
yeah.
But if the union was particularly short, that's another statutorily recognized ground for arguing that the presumption, the 50-50 presumption, shouldn't apply. So the reality is there is avenue for, even if she is the common law spouse established with the requisite proof, there is avenue for another partner to say it won't be fair or just given these other circumstances for her to receive a 50% share.
Suppose, let's delete the line where she says that she contributed to paying the bills and the house, but this is the house that I've raised our children in. And so it's not a financial contribution,
however,
but it is a contribution by virtue of the fact that I played an active part in raising our children in this home. Does that factor?
Well, it is an excellent segue into the considerations that go into the question of whether this property should be divided equally when the presumption, the 50-50 presumption, does not apply. You see, the family home benefits from that presumption. Man and woman living together as husband and wife are presumed to have a 50-50 share of the family home. If the family home does not, if by court order, through an application, the family home is not given that presumption, it is treated in the same way as other property. Other property could be stocks, businesses, vehicles, and so on, that were owned by the union. And these other properties are divided according to contributions. Now, it is in that light that the contributions are then assessed on the financial side and the non-financial side. And it is the non-financial contributions, caring for the children, supporting your partner through their career, looking after the household while they pursue their career. These non-financial contributions are assessed and measured to determine the stake that the contributing spouse should have to other property.
Let me ask you, Jonathan, obviously when one is entering a marriage, the option exists to have a prenuptial agreement to kind of put at bay any particular issues that may arise later on. In a dynamic that doesn't have an exchange of vows, is there an agreement that a couple can enter into that could alleviate some of these woes, if you will, if the need arises?
Right, an excellent question. You are correct to suggest that the prenuptial agreement applies in the context of a legal marriage. There are other forms of arrangements that can be put in place in relation to common law unions. One would be a cohabitation agreement, very uncommon in Jamaica, but a cohabitation agreement can set out the terms under which the parties are contributing to this cohabitation arrangement. It could state that we will split this property 50-50 upon a potential divorce or separation. It could state that if the cohabitation ends, that I will receive this share, which is different from a 50-50 split, and so on. So cohabitation agreements are one tool that certainly could be used in this context. You could also simply, if you wish for the ownership stake to be equal, the party who has the title could put the other party on it. That's also an arrangement that can work by way of a transfer done in the form of a gift. So there are different structures that the law would provide to support that type of situation, even if the marriage is not legally bound.
There are people watching this conversation who might be thinking, in that situation, they can identify with Shanice. If they were to be seeking your advice, and I know you don't give free advice on TV, you give education, but in terms of seeking legal advice and taking legal steps, what would you recommend they do first?
Well, the first thing and the most important thing would be to begin by gathering evidence. Gather the evidence because the burden of proof is the most difficult threshold in this situation. So they should gather evidence in relation to their cohabitation situation. How long have they been with this partner? What evidence do they have? Have they received mail to the location more than 5 years ago? Did they put their name on any utility bills? Are they connected to the property in any provable way? That should be their starting point. The second thing would be to consult an attorney with the evidence in hand, and any attorney of their choosing would do, to present this evidence and to indicate, I believe that there's some trouble on the horizon, and I would like your advice as to how to protect myself further.
Got you. All right, well, there you have it. A word to the wise is definitely sufficient. Our guest has been attorney Jonathan Morgan. He's a partner at Duncox Attorneys at Law. They're on Duke Street. There's more Sunrise right after this break.
You know, say downtown still confusing.
They want to see if a country right now.
One thing about Jamaicans, we might have differences, but we know when something is good for all of us. And when we work together against crime and violence, we are stronger than ever. And that's how we know the Citizen Security Plan can work.
That one that name CSP.
The Citizen Security Plan is an initiative of the Ministry of National Security in partnership with the European Union. It's an all-of-government effort to create safer streets and build stronger communities. Go to mns.gov.jm to learn how you can play your part.
It's 8 a.m. and Mr. Thompson can't find chalk. Or his dignity.
Is White Squad out?
Meanwhile, on site, error. A mash-up concrete. Or so it seems. Wait, I can't embellish that. It's almost that time for Ashley's belly to pop out. Don't get creative with your hunger. Solve it with mothers.
Mommy, ice cream.
Even the little ones get hungry too. Mothers, all day delicious. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes, let me do. What you do? Me go check me prostate.
No, seriously? Me nah do that. Remember say that pops drop out from, me have to take it serious. You can just do the blood test, but better safe than sorry. So me do the full package. Plus, the NHF card help pay for the PSA test. Biggs, you're 40, The earlier, the better. Cause me know you still want fire on all cylinder.
NHF is here for health. NHF is here for you.
Employers, your hard contribution builds a stronger workforce and strengthens the economy. It's not just contribution, it's transformation. The time by heart is
chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bowl combo for just $640. KFC.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to What a Guan. Now, What a Guan is CVM TV's new Vox Pop program, Vibes Yes Vox Pop program.
Hey Jamaica, you're watching What a Guan.
What a Guan.
Coming to you from Montego Bay. Hello, my people.
What a Guan is back. The People's Program is back in full force on CVM TV.
What a Guan! That a Guan! Cross!
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
All right, glad to have you back with us here on Sunrise. So flowers have a way of saying what texts, emojis, and even love songs sometimes can't. Well, this morning we're joined by founder and floral artist of Stems Story Studio, Monique Thomas. It's Stems and Story. And she's going to show us how to create a thoughtful, meaningful bouquet perfect for someone special. Dennis is particularly going to take notes because he knows that...
I know the importance.
Suzanne would love this.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Monique. Good morning.
Hi,
Good
morning.
Good morning. Stems and Story. I love that they go together, and I feel like it's going to go in a particular direction, but please tell me more. What is Stems and Story?
Stem and Story is my baby. It's my floral studio where we encourage people to tell their story through flowers.
I'm going to ask how. I was going to say can. How can stories be told through flowers? I mean, what language do they speak?
I think they speak varied languages, but I think through us it's very direct. I don't have it with me today, but you have the option to personalize your wrapping where you can have a headline, you can have sweet sentiments and pictures on the wrapping of your bouquet.
Okay.
So usually when you're telling your story, it's wrapped in the bouquet, and your flowers obviously will tell your story as well. You know, red is more passionate, white is more sympathetic. It all depends.
Okay, so we're obviously in the season of flowers.
Yes.
This is like your peak season, well, one of.
Yes.
Talk to me about, is there a particular thing that happens when it comes to flowers? Is there a trend? Is there a classical? Is there a traditional?
Are some flowers in?
Yeah, like what's happening in the world of flowers? Do
Right
I stay
now?
on trend, or do I just stick with what is?
At Stem and Story, we don't really do trends, but the trend is red roses. Everybody wants a red rose bouquet. We do offer red roses, but we try to encourage people to do something like this. That is very soft. It's still very feminine and beautiful, and still says "I love you," but in a very different way.
Yeah. I'm fascinated by these roses. I mean, they're definitely not red roses, but you know, I mean, this is something I suppose that you do. Like,
so beautiful.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah. If we can get a close up on this rose right here, DJ, that's on you. Give me a close up on two. Look at the color of this particular rose right here. Look at this. Oh,
it's so pretty.
Oh my goodness.
Explain. Well, I don't know if you want to give away your secrets, but explain how we got here.
How we got here, like color-wise?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't create the rose. I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's naturally that way. I mean, there's not much I can say about it other than it's naturally beautiful.
Well, you know what we should do? Let's get into making a bouquet.
Okay, of course. So we're going to create somewhat of a mini spiral bouquet. I'm just going to test you guys' knowledge a little bit. Dennis, don't look too scared.
I was about to say.
Do you know what this is?
This is... I know, it's just...
Who's the flowers dunce now?
It's me. Yeah, it's me. I am. Please give me my dunce cap.
This is Alstromera. So this actually grows locally in Jamaica, as well as you can get it from abroad. All right, what's this one?
Carnation. Just
Close.
kidding. Carnation's cousin. Chrysanthemum.
There you go. Chrysanthemum. Florists like to use chrysanthemums a lot because there's so many blooms on one stem. So this is really great when making a bouquet. What is this one?
Wait. Chrysanthemum.
It's a mum, not a chrysanthemum. It's a spider mum. So this is the mini version of this one.
Right. These are cousins.
Yes. And then you guys know this one already.
Dennis?
It's a rose.
Wow, good job.
Isn't that a gerbera?
Just kidding. All right, so we're going to make our rose. I'm going to make our bouquet, sorry. So Yendi, I'm going to let you do the honors.
Okay.
All right, so usually when we do the bouquet, we start with the focal flower, which is going to be the rose.
Okay.
On the outside of the rose, you have the traveling petals. So this is what keeps your rose nice and intact. A lot of people are like, ew, the rose is ugly. No, it's not ugly. You just take off the traveling petals and just remove them slowly so you can get to your other petals that were protected in the journey.
But the traveling ones were so pretty. That is
They are pretty.
color on the end.
They are pretty. Beautiful. So if you want, you can keep them on the other one. All right, so you're gonna have your one rose.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take the chrysanthemum and we're gonna hug the rose in the chrysanthemum.
One hug?
Yes, so let's do it more
We
so on
know
the flat
you love
side.
hugging plants.
Says ye of much judgment.
All right, and then we're gonna go in with our Alstromera to also hug the rose.
On the other side?
Yes, nice and pretty. We're gonna try and keep the rose down here a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. And then
See how she gentle with it? I would have just end up up it up.
Then we're going to add our chrysanthemum somewhere in there.
Here?
Yes, you can
Should
put
we go
it
this
behind
side?
as well. Yeah, wherever you think there's going to be more balance for you. So I would probably put it in the back like this, right? And then we're going to sandwich in again, another chrysanthemum on this side. Nice. All right, so this is a smaller bouquet, so we have to really think about the balance here. So you have one rose in front. I would probably put one rose in the back. Yep. Beautiful. So we're going to do it a little bit higher so you can see it. Nice. And then you can put on two Alstromeras on the side.
Sure. I feel like I'm holding a baby.
So delicate.
Gentle. Yes.
All right, so we're going to put it more so on the side like this. You actually have
Just
two in your
kidding.
hand. So you can put one here and then one on the back.
You know, this really is an art.
It
very much is.
Yeah, it really is.
It's also very meditative. I think when people come to our workshops, they leave so happy and they're like, oh my gosh, I created something beautiful. I'm like, yes.
And this is not the same as me going out my kitchen window and cut some ginger lily. This is just, this is a lot more to it.
But people can tell us a little bit about the workshops though, because
Yeah, so we do workshops mostly through Ragamuffin Cafe. We love Ragamuffin. It's on Lady Musgrave Road. It's like a beautiful third space for a lot of people. And we do a lot of our workshops there where people can come in, they get like a matcha, a coffee. Where do you think this one would look?
I think right here.
Really?
No, here.
I would actually say even more so in the middle.
Just kidding. What do you think? Right here.
So they come in,
that's
they
where I
get
was
their
going to go
drink.
with it. Because
Oh,
look,
you're so smart.
look.
Yes, we're keeping that balance.
It's that linear mind.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Nice.
See, look.
Beautiful.
Look.
All right.
And then
All
do we
right,
put in
so
that
now
one, or we?
you want, if you want, yes. I'm gonna allow you the honors to figure out where you want to put it.
Bless your heart, right here, right, Dennis?
Mm-hmm. And put this one right. And put this one back.
I will put that one
yeah.
maybe
Is it
here
too-
actually, and then you want to have the flat side
I love
towards.
how she corrects. so
She
nice.
said, that's horrible, but it's
No.
okay. Let's
It's
go
not
over here.
horrible.
No,
rather.
we
We're
could
just
do it here.
seeking balance.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to teach you guys how to wrap the rubber band. So you're going to put it on one of the stronger stems, wrap it around, and then loop it back on that stem. So we come low with it.
So one loop is sufficient?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you don't want it to be too tight to suffocate the stems. And ta-da! And then we can just scoot it up like this. Gorgeous. Yeah, so we do our workshops at Ragamuffin. You get a matcha, coffee, a drink. It's usually like an hour to an hour and a half, and we're doing one for Valentine's Day, actually.
And when is that one?
It's going to be the 15th at 11:45.
Nice. And then you also, so you sign up for the workshop, you get your matcha, and you leave with your bouquet?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
That's gorgeous. Do you want to wrap it?
Sure, I would love to wrap
Okay,
it.
so I like to say we do the lopsided taco technique. So you're going
You're
to...
going to wrap.
Okay, Dennis, let's wrap.
Oh, look how Monique got so excited.
Dennis is doing something creative. So lopsided taco, we're going to bring the edges to create kind of like, sometimes people think it's like mountain peaks. So you see these two mountain peaks here?
Yes.
I think it's a lopsided taco. So we're going to crease it here like this. You're going to place your bouquet down in between your mountain peaks. Nice.
Oh, okay.
We're going to actually turn it this way. And then we're going to wrap this one down. Nice and gentle. And then bring this one over.
Oh, I see it.
That's
Yeah.
Cute. Good job.
That's how they do it.
That's actually really good, Monique.
Look here. And it looks so professional.
Who made this bouquet?
Good job.
Well, I am a rapping genius. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So you can put the rubber band on the box as
okay.
well.
How do people contact you and get in touch to sign up for the workshop or to order their own bouquets?
Well, you can find us on stemandstudio.com, stemandstorystudio.com, or you can go to Stem and Story Studio Instagram. You can find our WhatsApp there and all of our information as well.
All right. That was fun.
It was really good.
Imagine a workshop.
I would actually love to do this. I'm not kidding. I'm going to sign
I
up.
would love to have you guys.
I would love to come. Dennis, you wrap the bouquet. Can you wrap the segment?
That was good. Love is in the details and sometimes in the petals. Many thanks to Monique Thomas, founder and floral artist of Stem and Story Studio. There's a more sunrise coming right
Isn't
up.
that lovely? Come, smell this. Smell that. Go on.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
You know, some days are harder than others, but we have to do our part. You like porridge? We're in this together.
Morning, nurse. Thank you for what you do every day.
Come in, nurse. Our bone of fear.
In this together.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7:45.
Chicken mega deal, super chicken mega deal.
The KFC value menu has you thinking chicken. Get the famous bowl combo for just $640. KFC.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are my show tonight. Oh, what a feeling! Don't stop dreaming. Keep on believing in the power of the feeling. Whatever you want, take a chance. Song in your heart, step in your dance. You got a spark, don't put it down. Shine your lights
Hey, hey. Microphone check.
Check.
Well, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Pick up my mic. See my mic? Remember when mics used to have this long stem? You remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those long skinny ones, yeah.
Well, here's the mic check. Before you give your heart away, it's important to know yourself, your values, your boundaries, and what you actually deserve. Well, we're wrapping up the morning with a quick but powerful convo on self-awareness, self-worth, and choosing healthier relationships. Take a look.
Advice. Ladies, find yourself before you go out seeking a relationship. There are just a few things in life that you won't regret, and I promise you that will be one that you will not regret. Let the bar be set by yourself. Know what you like, what you don't like before you go out seeking someone. And when I say don't let no man set your bar, listen, if you like to people please, go out, do that. Make somebody set your bar for you, or you're gonna be drained. Because you're gonna be doing all these things to try and keep them happy. Meanwhile, you're not happy. You know why you're not happy? Because you never spend time to get to know yourself and what makes you happy. So nobody run down the relationship if you not actually know yourself. If you've not spent enough time with yourself to truly say, I know me, you know, I know what I like, you know, I know what I'm gonna do, you know, I know what I'm not gonna do, you know. I know some are going to example. Say you know, say deep down you don't like cooking. But you know the man know where you go take up, love cooking. You don't know yourself. You never spend enough time to say, you know, say me is really just not a cooker. But now you true you try to please the little man. You out now every day I cook this, da 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 da. But after a while you're gonna be worn out. I know why you're worn out? Because this was never something that you loved. You were doing it just to keep someone. And chances are that person there, them not gonna stick around. Chances are. I'm not say that. But chances are that person might go them ways. And at the end of the day, or chances are if they do stay, finding out that you don't like cooking is a big thing for them, because them want you if you can't cook. So it's like a facade. Don't do that to yourself.
You know, there's a part of me that agrees.
I agree with a part, yeah.
And the part I agree with is actually learning oneself. I do think it is important to spend time with yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's important to take time to read, to learn, to expand your mind, I think that allows you to be better in relationships. But I do think that there is a massive part of you that can only grow when you enter dynamics that challenge you.
Exactly.
And so, for example, you can think as much as you want that you're preparing to have a child. You will never be prepared until the child enters the scene. And it's not until you've entered that scene that you actually truly understand how you operate under pressure, under lack of sleep, under... And it's the same, I believe, for relationships.
Yeah.
You can learn yourself, you can know yourself, but there's such a massive part of relationship that requires compromise. Not compromise of self, but compromise in literally just from the basis of love. And acts of service is required when you're in relationship, whether that is your love language or not. It requires servitude. And I think a big part of what is lacking is the ability to humble yourself before your loved one, your spouse, and know that it's not a small enough of yourself, but it's actually an act of love to nurture and take care of this person in this particular way, and you won't know until you're in the position.
I think we're in maybe a generation or a time when, like, the word service and the concept of being of service is very often
triggering.
Yeah, people, people take it the wrong way, and everything's triggering, even the things that are not. But the truth is that not everything that makes you uncomfortable is bad for you, because your mind naturally will want to default to the familiar, to the safe. And you have to get over that. So, like, I agree with knowing, you know what, I'm not a cooking person. But then what are you going to do about that information? Because all that is information.
Correct.
You know, I always say feelings are not facts. They're information. And so, like, where the cooking is concerned, you may decide, I want to cook. I want to learn because I see how important it is for other people. I was not a Christmas, excuse me. I was not a Christmas person.
Right.
But I've become just like into the Christmas thing. And even, I'm all about from October, November, deciding what we're going to wear for the Christmas photo shoot and all of them, something there. What the tree going and the decorations. Even though I hate the process of putting up the decorations and taking down the decorations.
But you know how much it means to your wife. And so in being of service to her.
Exactly. I'm gonna learn. And it's not about giving up myself.
No, and that is of service to her, because that is also saying, this means so much to my wife. It does not take anything away from me.
You know what I often say?
To pour into this for her.
You know what I often say is, like, you don't have to learn how to cook, right? You can be that person that says, me no know how to cook, and him just have to accept me, or she just have to fine.
Yeah.
But I know what it is like as a child to go out, and I always used to say this, I know what it's like to go out and eat, and you taste something and you're like, I don't like it. It's not like how my mother cook it. And if you don't want your children to have that, fine. Like me.
It really is
like
fine.
Me,
it's not a sarcastic statement.
No, it's fine.
It's a matter of what people find valuable.
But to me, that's important. Like,
correct.
Like when I say, no, sorry, I don't eat. I observe a pescatarian diet. There's a reason why when we go out, I always order escovitch fish, because nobody can cook brown stew fish for me again.
Right. I know this. Yeah,
you understand?
Because there's a particular person who just does it the right
from the way Susan and our mother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I know that.
You understand?
Me know that about you.
You understand? No, I'm just not going to eat it.
But it's so fun that you say that, because I am 100%, and I don't feel I'm going to say it with my whole chest.
Yeah.
I am a bread pudding and a fruitcake snob. Because for me, my mother made the best bread pudding, the best fruitcake. And so I'm not really too full around it. But it's become a core memory of mine. And as a result, I bake, and my children gobble that up, and that brings me joy.
And that's a gift that you give to them, and they will tell their children about it, and they won't know where it came from.
Correct. But it ultimately comes down to an individual value system.
Exactly.
It does.
And if it's not important to you, fine.
And
which also why you have to know yourself.
To her point.
You have to know yourself, and is this important for you?
Right.
Is it a deal breaker? You need to know what your deal breakers are. You understand?
You know what's amazing to me is when I met my husband. I love to cook. Anybody who knows me, I love cooking. I love having people over. Nothing makes me happier.
Even a charcuterie.
You know what?
A charcuterie.
I make a mean charcuterie board just to play games with my kids. I am that mom. I am. I'm very much a Betty homemaker. However, I say this to say that as much as I love to cook, and it makes me really happy to see my kids and my husband clean them plate, you have a time when me no want to cook.
Absolutely.
And the beauty about that is, if my husband realizes that I've had a heavy schedule and I've had a lot has been going on with work, he will call me and say, I am picking up dinner. I don't want it in the kitchen. What do you want? And then it does not feel like a chore to me. It doesn't feel burdensome in the event that I am just really overwhelmed, because my husband meets me with grace in knowing that she doing enough. Let me meet her in the middle.
It's just like as a man.
It's a give and take.
As a man, are you gonna say, "Well, look here, I'm not a handyman type of person. I'll call a plumber, I'll call her this, I'll call her that. Boy, I don't know how to sharpen my cutlass or what." Or I mean, growing up, you have to learn how to do it. Cause what kind of man you're going to be? You understand? No. Imagine you grow up now and me can't cut the lawn, and you might end up with somebody who thinks, what kind of man you be? And then you're gonna say, boy, that's not for me. So, or you might want to learn.
Or you might
and because there are a whole host of activities that and to me.
But let me ask you, as a man.
Yeah.
For if there's an issue in your home and you are able to fix it, does it fill you with pride?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like when something breaks and you can fix it.
Yeah.
And I love the response that you get when it fixes.
Yeah.
Because I'm here to solve problems. I'm here to make your life easier.
I'm of the same sentiment, but I also don't know if it's because I have a father who used to fix everything. My father was a security, the plumber. My father actually got technical high school after George's.
Okay.
After he was asked to leave George's.
Okay. leave.
So he literally is fantastic with his hands, and I find it very impressive.
I'm not fantastic like that. So I will hire some. I will bring some. So the things that I can do, I definitely do.
And it feels good when you're affirmed for it.
Yeah, it definitely. Yeah. Because some of the time, you kind of wish you could.
Yeah.
But you just know what you're good at, and I'm like, well, they can't write an essay like me.
Your soul left brain. Kudos.
I accept the things that I'm good at.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. My wife and I have had many conversations. I'm like, look, I know my limits. I know what I'm good at, and I'm not going to feel bad that I'm not good at this. There are things that I've learned over time, and I accept also, one of the things I maintain, this version of me is not the best version of me that you're getting.
Yes.
There's still better to come.
Yeah.
And I always tell brethren, I tell in the young men that I try to mentor, I always tell them, never let any woman feel that they've gotten the best version of you.
Well,
you're always improving yourself.
And let me add to that. On the back of where this conversation started, I also believe truly that when you are with the right partner for you, you grow exponentially and you become even better. And so while you do learn yourself and while you take time to know yourself, the truth is you probably will only learn the best version of yourself when you are in the dynamic and the setup that is actually set out for you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right. And that's all the time we have. Wow. Look at the time.
Would you look at that?
Special shout out to Karen Booker, the design diva.
With a Z? Not a D?
Karen Design. No, it is with a D.
Well, the focus is not on the D, like I did earlier.
Karen Design Diva Booker. That's where you find her on social media. You can also give her a call at 876-421-6298. That's how you can book her. All right, so... So she got a lot of help from the folks at Dunn's. They're not just Dunn's Electrical, they're Dunn's Everything Home.
There you go.
So Dunn's.
You're on a roll. It must be that turtleneck. All right, we missed out on anything.
I think it was the oats.
You actually had breakfast this morning.
I had breakfast and that the energy balls are kicking.
You guys know what to do. Oh, tell me.
Before we go, I love this dress. It feels very dancer, like it's a dancer's dress.
Does it feel Diana Ross?
Does it
feel?
Move. Yeah, I was like, I need to see you moving it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll post the details for you. Oh, having a little brain fart. Whoopsie. Jane Michelle style, and I'm going to post the details.
On your Instagram?
Chic and trendy.
Chic and trendy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they came here the other day.
So I'm actually going to post the deets in my stories shortly. So have a look-see and go peruse their page and see what you like.
Morning to folks at Statement Pieces by Chris. They're having a 50% off sale. And also